Metro Police say a man stole a vehicle at the Nashville Zoo on Sunday. Officers say a woman saw John Whitaker Jr. trying to pull an automatic gate open the wrong way. When she asked what he was doing, Whitaker got into the zoo vehicle and told her he was secret police. The woman didn't recognize him and called 911. When officers arrived to arrest Whitaker, they said he kicked two officers. Whitaker was then taken to the hospital for injuries, where police say he kicked a third officer.
A major